I'm trying to like work on the podcast and
Hmm.
YouTube, so I'm doing some editing and all that shit.
Hmm.
But like, I do kind of just slack off and just kind of sleep in a little too long. I go to the gym and then I might just spend too much time on my phone or watching a couple episodes of TV, whatever it
Hmm.
might be. So I do need that kind of structure
Yeah.
of a job. I just have to find the one that I don't mind waking up and going to every day.
Yeah.
That's because I love being productive. I hate not having shit to do. And I
Uh-huh.
get cabin fever because I've
Well,
just been here so long.
it's hard to be disciplined like that,
Yeah.
to create your own challenges. I think that's really difficult.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people have these ideas, but not that many people actually go through with them because they don't have the discipline to do it.
Mhm.
So the fact that you're talking to me right now says that you at least have the discipline to take the leap, which
Do
is
something. Yeah.
which is important.
Well, I'm glad people like you agree to come on.
For sure.
I'm so I met another kid. I don't know if you know Liam Connor. He
I
was at the same
recognize him.
party. I met him solely because we were both wearing leather jackets. So I started
Okay.
talking to him,
Why not?
and he came on. It's just so surprising that I meet people at parties that I've never talked to before, and I ask if they want to be on a podcast. They're like, "Sure."
Yeah.
Like I probably wouldn't do that.
Well, a lot of people like talking about themselves.
That's true. That's true. But it's fun. I actually met a kid last night that I'm gonna be talking to soon.
Cool.
It's just so wild. Like I would never be like, "Yeah, I'll come over to your house. Yeah, I'll do a podcast." It just seems so strange. But so you kind of just want to explore stuff. If the money wasn't an issue, but you definitely need like some kind of structure,
Yeah,
right?
I think so. After a while, I would start just slapping
Wow.
off
Like,
doing
yeah.
nothing.
So do you feel um there's anything like stopping you from kind of focusing like fully on maybe something that you might be more passionate about, um, like hobbies or anything like that, like as
Um,
opposed to like somehow turning a hobby or passion into a job. I don't know how passionate you are about your current job. Maybe that is your passion,
I wouldn't say it's my passion
right?
to work for the defense industry.
You enjoy it, but it's not like.
There are definitely validating aspects of my
Mhm.
job, which is more that can be said for like a lot of other professions.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I do think my job is something I should hang on to
Yeah.
for sure. Um, if I were to take the leap, your question is there anything from holding me back if I wanted to do that?
Yeah. So like, yeah, I guess fully. Like, what would it take? Like, why are you not fully leaping into it? We'll go with that.
Okay. Let's say let's say I wanted to play poker full time.
Yeah.
What would prevent me from doing that? I'm probably not good enough. I'd probably end up losing
Bankrupt.
money. Well, I would say I'm over a small sample size. I'm a winning player, but it's not enough to live off of.
Right.
So whatever money I currently have in my bank account would eventually run out,
Yeah.
theoretically, unless I got better.
Right.
Which, I assume I would get better if that's what I was doing
If you
all the
did it all the
time.
time, yeah.
My parents would be very upset with me if I decided to do something so rash.
Imagine calling your parents, "Hey, I quit Lockheed. I'm gonna play poker full time." They'd be like, "What?" And then you just hang up.
Yeah, it would be. They would be pretty upset with me after I spent all this time in college
Right.
preparing for this job, and they've been supporting me for so many years, and now I'm going to blow it all on this ridiculous notion.
Go all in on your first hand and lose everything.
Well, yeah, I don't want to have a rounder distance. Um, Other than that, I mean, I don't have any other obligations.
Yeah.
So there's nothing really other than that would stop me. I don't
Yeah.
think. Other than the fact that I want to retire at a reasonable age as
Right.
well. I want to be able to support myself.
So do you think there's any do you have any hobbies or things that you feel could become like passions that you would be willing to like at least start maybe as like a side thing? Like so after you come home from work,
Hmm.
you do this. Um and then maybe if it starts doing something, you would leave your job and just do that. Do you think there's
Hmm.
anything in your life that you would do that with?
I don't have an immediate answer.
Right. Well, that's hard. It's a lot of people don't know what they're passionate about. Like I
Yeah.
don't yet, and that's like again that window that we're in right now.
Mhm.
I feel like this is the time when we're supposed to try and find that.
Well, that's absolutely true. The thing is, even though I enjoy playing poker,
Yeah.
if I had to do it, let's say not even 8 hours a day, five
Yeah.
5 hours a day,
Right.
and that was enough to keep me going.
Uh-huh.
I think it would turn that fun hobby into a grind.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what, professional poker players are called.
Hmm.
They're grinders because,
Oh, that's actually what they're called.
yeah,
Oh well.
sometimes to support themselves, they have to, play for 9, 10 hours a day
Jesus.
and they have to study the game.
Yeah.
They
Right.
have to, read and you know, uh, a lot of them like do math, like
Yeah. Counting.
simulations to
Yeah.
figure out, should I be adopting this strategy versus another?
Hmm.
And there's a lot more than that goes into it than
You're not
just
just sitting at the table playing a game of cards.
yeah.
It's like so much more. I don't even. How do professional poker players even? Is there tournaments like every day? How do they do it?
So there are not tournaments every day. I mean, there are tournaments running every day, and probably in like Atlantic City and
I guess
places
like
like that.
online poker and stuff
So
too.
you can play online, not in the United States.
Oh, really?
Um, it is currently not. Uh, it is unregulated.
Okay.
So just like I don't know what else would be unregulated.
Marijuana.
Well, that's straight up illegal.
Well, I guess it's regulated and everywhere that is legal. Yeah, I can't think of
It's
anything.
hard to come up with a comparison, but
Right.
basically, you can play online poker.
Hmm.
However, let's say the site that you're playing on, obviously it's a little sketchy because the government has no hand in it.
Yeah.
They take all your money.
Yeah.
All the money that was on your account, they took it.
You can't do anything about it.
There's nothing to be done. Why are you on a poker site
Unregulated.
that's
Yeah.
unregulated?
That's your fault.
That's not something you should be doing. So it's that would be super risky to
Definitely.
if you're a United States,
Yeah.
and if you're in the U.S. And New Jersey and Nevada also have regulated poker online now, but it's a very small player pool, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to sustain yourself on
Right.
that. You could move to Canada. That would be an option because they have regulated there.
Casinos and stuff.
You could play cash at a casino.
That's just so wild to me that people. I've never thought about this, and it's that professional poker players like spend probably so much time at like casinos and stuff.
Yeah,
That just seems so weird. I can't imagine being in a casino all the time
yeah. I mean, it would be like their office.
because I enjoy poker, but definitely not enough to do it full time, obviously.
So, I mean, ultimately, that's my point. That this fun hobby that I do every so often, um,
It just becomes so much work.
It would become work.
It's
You would
literally a
be
job.
turning your hobby into your job, and you have to take it seriously like a
Yeah.
job. So partially, I guess that would be another thing that would prevent me from taking a hobby and making it my job, is that it would be my job and not my hobby anymore.
Yeah.
So,
That's actually what um I've interviewed like only 5 of my friends at this point,
mhm,
and a lot of people are saying the same thing, and I had never thought about it until now. So it's actually kind of good that I'm interviewing people.
mhm,
But everyone's saying like it's so dangerous to invest so much time into a hobby because it eventually becomes something that you might despise. Like someone said his brother played baseball growing up
uh-huh.
and he wanted to get into college for baseball so he could get
Okay,
a scholarship.
that'd be great.
So all the work that he had to put in order to get the scholarship
Mhm,
made him hate the game, but he loved it up until college.
right,
So like it's the same thing poker. You have to invest all this time and energy into
right.
it, and then eventually you're just doing it to make money.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
it's not
I took
fun anymore.
exactly. I took a long break. I took probably like 5 months,
Yeah.
just not playing at all because um, I just had a bad run. I had made a lot of money previously, ended up losing a lot of money afterwards, and after that losing streak, I lost my enjoyment for the game for sure.
Yeah.
And imagine like you're you've just lost a ton of money, and now it's your job, and that's what you have to
Yeah,
do
you
anyway.
have to
You
play more.
have to go, and you have to stay focused.
Yeah. Like that's the thing you know best at that point. You've done so much. You don't know how to do anything else
Yeah.
anymore. Ah, that's wild. I never like it could be with anything. Like travel bloggers say they travel for a living
Mm-hmm.
and write blogs. You can't go on a trip and just enjoy it. You
I imagine
like
it'd be tough.
you have to focus on getting video shots, taking photos, writing blog posts, posting on Instagram. It's like you can't even just enjoy the trip
Right.
like a normal person would just going on a trip.
Mm-hmm.
So like no matter what you're doing, that's why I think it's so important to find that thing that even if you are doing it every day and you're putting in all that work, that you do enjoy it,
Mm-hmm.
like, and always will.
Yeah,
And that's what's so hard. Like,
it is tough.
how are we supposed to figure that
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of the pressure would be removed from it.